Welcome to another episode with Steph and Key. I'm Key, but this is Steph. Messed that up. So let's do it the right way.
I'm Steph.
And I'm Key.
And we are back with another review of the challenge. Double Agents, episode 3. Episode 3.
Season 36.
So we're back into the house. They just got back from the crater. Kyle is doing a little celebrating. And he's ready to shake up the house. He's pissed at Fessy and Aneesa. And he starts talking to some of the guys on the side and saying, like, look, let's start talking strategy. I know nobody wants to talk about it, but you see what they did to me. I want to talk strategy now. Let's plan something. Even though, of course, Kyle's upset that Fessy and Aneesa betrayed him.
But he brought it on himself.
Exactly. He doesn't know that they know he lied. So if he hadn't lied, he might not have been in that situation.
Yeah, I feel like there might be, a temporary allegiance, put in place. Temporary alliance, set up. But, once Fessy and, Aneesa come in and drop, hey, we know that you lied about X, Y, and Z. And it's going to be like, oh, crap. So then everybody else can be like, crap, they knew I lied about this, they knew I lied about that. So,
right,
it's going to ruffle some feathers in the
If anyone else becomes the double agents and they find out that you can see who's voting for who, then they're going to know immediately, why stuff went down the way that it did and why Fessy and Aneesa threw Kyle in. So CT and Big T have a cute little moment. People are calling them, Big CT around the house. But I feel like during their conversation, I think it's, great that, Big T is the brains of the operation and CT is the brawn. So
muscle.
Yeah, they can work really well together because she's got the personality and the strategy, and she knows how to be friendly with people, especially the new people that CT has no idea who they are.
Has no wants or cares to be friendly with.
So they give each other little cute nicknames. He gives her Hawk because she swoops in like a hawk, and she's like, "You're a big fuzzy bunny." So he's like a bunny. He's like it wouldn't have been my first choice, but
So I think their dynamic would be fun to watch. I feel like they'll bring a lot of good stuff to the challenge. Because it can get really crazy in there, but I feel like Big T brings a good balance to CT, and CT's chilled out a lot over the years.
A lot.
So yeah, I think this would be fun to watch.
And I'm excited to see how they participate in the actual challenges.
Yeah.
Fessy is tossing shade at Kyle to the guys. Kyle walks in. And they're like, Kyle, come on in, because we're talking about you. So then
he drops the bomb about knowing that...
Well, Fessy
drops the bomb as far as, knowing... We know how people vote because, we can see that when we go into the little shade room or whatever they want to call it.
Shade room.
And, yeah, Kyle is like, Wes, they tried to toss you in. They want to, pit it against you. So it's just like, don't look at me.
Yeah, Wes is like, wait, what? So,
now it's back on Fessy.
Fessy is so dumb. I would never tell anybody anything.
He
shouldn't have. So he just exposed himself. But he was doing it to expose Kyle.
Right.
So, but then Kyle throws it back on him. And he was like, well, I only... I lied, but I didn't vote for you. They were trying to get everybody to vote for you. And Wes was like, what? And he's like, yep, Corey, Nelson, he was all of them to get them to vote for you.
Not only did Fessy, jack things up for himself, but Aneesa. Because, as soon as, they were talking, Fessy should just ran and just talk to Aneesa and be like, hey, this is what's going on. I think I might say something stupid, which he did. Because, Aneesa's been in the game long enough to know, knowing, how people are voting is, a very useful tool. So, they could have held on to that for, at least, another week or two.
If possibly. They won again.
If they won again.
But and they don't know, if the next double agents would have said anything. So, it could have stayed a secret. But Fessy opened his big mouth. And Kyle's, throwing it back on him. And Wes is like, wait, what's going on? Who voted for me? And now Fessy...
And then this is the third thing with Fessy. Now, Corey and Nelson are supposed to be your boys.
And you just threw them under the bus. Because...
to protect yourself. Because it's a... And, this is the same stuff that kind of, happened last season. Because Fessy was, trying to, be cool.
Protect himself.
Right.
But even though he was, friends with Corey and them. And threw them under the bus.
And now... Nelson out here making sacrifices so Corey can stay, and then Corey don't end up making it anyway.
Fessy's so dumb.
So
I feel like this really blew up in his face because Kyle's whatever, he's like, you could have gone in, you didn't, you chickened out.
True.
So and then now Fessy's trying to act all tough and be like, oh, you turn up when it's time. Yeah, he turns up. You didn't. And you could have got your gold skull, but now Kyle has his.
And been chilling. But
and you just blew up your whole spot. You're so dumb, Fessy.
Yeah. At this point right now, I don't mind seeing you go, Fessy. Killer Cam.
So I'm glad that she calmed Kyle down, because it's like, yo, you trying to mess up my money. Like,
True.
you got your gold skull. Who cares what Fessy thinks? He's dumb anyways. He could have went in. He didn't. So she's like, he better shape up, or I'm going to get my gold skull and ship you out.
Like, bye, Kyle. The challenge just turned into road rage.
So their challenge for today is called Roadkill. It's 2 teams against each other. They have to push the other team off. And TJ says...
No harnesses.
Yeah, for the first time in challenge history, there's going to be no harnesses. So I guess if you fall off, you just die.
That's what I meant to say. It turned into death race.
Yeah.
Because you fall off the back and you're just like, yeah, my whole body broke.
Or if you fall off the front, they're just going to run over you and keep going. Like, what? So
she out here dislocating shoulders.
So the first team to go is Devin and Nicole and Cam and Kyle. They get nowhere. They're trying to move each other off. They're not really getting anywhere. Cam's helmet pops off, and then Nicole's shoulder pops out. So
hope she's okay, because that is no joke. But
right?
Still, like, yeah, Cam like was like, let's go, and like she's like, stop.
Well, because I guess like Cam, didn't realize that it was like dislocated until they like stopped, and then they were like, she needs a medic. So
and then Cam's like touching, and she's like, stop.
Well, she didn't point. She was just like, look, her shoulders. Like, she wasn't trying to like mess it up. But like Nicole gets escorted off by an ambulance, and that's one team down. So let's see who's actually gonna like push somebody off and win this. So next up is Wes and Natalie, Josh and Nany. So Nany is terrified because Natalie is a strong girl. I feel like Wes is really strong, but like Josh is bigger. So they're going at it. Wes is staying low, but then Josh yokes him up and they go tipping over.
But Wes is using his football skills to stay on the platform while Josh is still falling.
So his feet are still touching while they're falling.
And then we kind of knew Natalie was going to muff up Nany. But I mean,
Nany
they both put up a good fight.
She did. She could not get a hold of her, and they both go over. But I still feel like Natalie was on longer than Nany was before they tipped over.
Yeah.
So that was good.
That was a good match. It was good.
Oh, and then Wes and Natalie end up winning that one, even though they were like debating back and forth who won.
It was close, like on both sides. But yeah, the object of the game is to stay on the platform as long as possible. So they accomplished that with what they did between these two competitors. So Darrell was going at Leo. Was it Leo?
Yeah, it's like Amber and Darrell, Leo and Gabby.
So like Amber talking about like, was it Amber? Amber saying that she was like a rugby player. So that's interesting because like they get down in rugby. Like that just full on fighting on a football field.
Right, but she she was pulling Gabby, and I feel like Amber fell first.
She didn't grab that foot. But I think it said that
Gabby won that one.
Gabby won.
Because Amber was pulling her, but she pulled her backwards instead of pushing her.
Right.
So Amber ended up falling, and Gabby won that one. And then Darrell had Leo close to the edge.
And then he's doing like Sonic the Hedgehog flips. He's doing WWE moves on him.
And so they just end up timing out.
So Darrell wasn't ready for that.
He wasn't. But at least he didn't get pulled over.
True. Yeah, that was a good match. It was fun.
So Lolo and Nam are a strong team.
True. Yeah, that's like that. I feel like they're a sleeper team because like they're just like real chill and real quiet. They don't bring a lot of attention to themselves. Like Nam kind of reminds me of Turbo from like a few years back.
Yeah.
Because like he's strong, but Turbo was not very silent. But like,
well, I don't think Lolo is silent.
Nah, she's chill. Like she's more chill than she's been in the past because like Lolo comes from like the charity version of like the challenge.
Yeah.
So in like
the Champs versus Pros.
Right, and like she was
not quiet then. I don't think she's that quiet now
chill.
Either.
So I think they got a good situation because like Nam is definitely like a strong competitor. And I could see like them going far in this as far as like, you know, being rookies to an extent.
If they don't get snatched out.
Right, yeah, because somebody can come grab them. All right, first off, Tori is a savage.
Everybody is getting hurt.
Yeah, this is injury number 2. So like now we got Liv hurt with like some type of elbow situation or maybe a shoulder situation. We don't know. We'll probably find out in a few minutes, I'm sure. But yeah, that and then Michi like beat Corey. Like, we feel like he beat him. They didn't show like if he beat him, but
I think he did. I think they said he was the winner.
Oh, okay, yeah, his
and
foot
then,
was still on.
But Tori was the winner out of the girls.
That's
so
like a draw.
yeah.
So
Leroy and Casey, they're another strong team. I feel like people are sleeping on them.
I low-key forgot they were still in the game though.
Right, it's too many people in the house. And when we saw them, we were like, oh yeah, Leroy.
We need some people to leave.
Yeah, so we can focus on the people we actually care about. But Leroy and Nelson go in, but Leroy ends up winning that one. I guess he stayed on longer. Casey flips the other Amber in with ease, and they're a strong team.
True.
CT
and Big T, sorry.
Yeah, CT and Big T and Aneesa and Fessy go at it. So
Big T's never been in a fight before. So.
And she's little.
She's like, how do you do this?
She's like, what, 60 pounds? And if anybody thought she was going to beat Aneesa, come on now. So Aneesa flings her in, like, no problem.
And then CT and Fessy are going at it. So, like, that was a good little showdown. But, like, I felt like that was going to be a draw.
Yeah, they're two big dudes. I saw that coming, and it's no surprise.
CT was trying to hit him with the little Wing Chun, like, moves or whatever. Like, some little jujitsu, but it ain't work. Leroy! I want to do Jenkins, but his last name not Jenkins.
So Leroy wins. Leroy and Casey win. Forgot about Casey. There was top 3 teams. Neither of the teams were Fessy and Aneesa, so yay. And Leroy and Casey win. I'm super excited for them. So they're the new double agents.
So we'll see how Cam is going to use this to her benefit since Leroy is her boo. Oh man, well that sucks.
So they get home, so they're done with the challenge, everybody gets home, and they see that Nicole's stuff is gone.
And then they're showing like clips of her like packing up her gear. And her confessional.
Wrapped up with her shoulder.
One hand packing. So, and she's doing her confessional. And it sucks because like she had been off the show for a couple of seasons.
It's been a while since she's been back.
She came back and like, rooting for her.
But, yeah, she's a strong competitor. But I mean, I'm not rooting for her against Cam, but I was rooting for her. So it sucks that she had to go.
Yeah.
So Liv is back.
Seems like she's okay.
Yeah, but she said they still need to check her x-rays and make sure to see if she's going to stay or not. I don't know. I feel like she's going to have to go because she's still wrapped up and they obviously saw something on the x-ray. I feel like she's not going to be able to stay. But she's talking mad trash about Tori, saying how she didn't think she's not as strong as I thought she was going to be.
Though.
Right? Tori was standing and you were pushed over.
Your arm didn't start hurting until after you fell off.
So
gotta use that strength next time so you can stay on the platform.
Right? And you can't talk trash when somebody tosses you in and they're still standing.
And you got hurt. So, Josh. Deep sigh.
So, like
CT did.
CT and Casey are having some little dumb argument about the food they're cooking.
People are hangry. Things happen.
And they're drunk.
True.
CT leaves to go smoke a cigarette. Josh makes it a point to go talk to CT about it.
I need to make sure Casey's okay.
He comes to CT and is like, what happened between you two? And CT's like, stop. It's no big deal. It was between us. And he's like, Casey is literally crying inside. So CT's like, let me go check on her. He goes in. Nobody's crying.
Gives her a hug. Gives her a kiss on the cheek. And they're cool. And Josh is like, I didn't say she was crying. I was like, dude, yes you did.
Run the tape back. You said she was crying.
The editors are shady here at MTV. So they rolled the tape back.
You said she was crying.
And she was not. She might have been a little teary-eyed. I saw the little glassy eye in her eye.
You're lying, Josh. You were lying.
And...
So, like, Josh and CT are going at it. Security comes to hold Josh back because they're screaming at each other. Big T has to calm the Hulk down.
Calm down, bunny.
She, like, soothes the beast, calms him down. He's over it. And then CT is like, does anybody else have a problem with me? And everyone's like, no. And then Devin shouts, Big Brother sucks. Really, Devin?
And now Josh is about to turn up, I'm sure. Is Josh the new CT?
Tori brings Devin to calm him down. They go outside, and then Devin shouts out, Big Brother sucks again.
I'm so infatuated with the fact that Josh is so mad at that statement. Like, he takes it so personal.
Josh is drunk. He's trying to fight Devin, and now security's holding him back.
And Fessy.
Then they let him go, and it's like, really, Josh?
And then they cut to a commercial. So that's why I'm saying it's Josh and me CT. Because, like, y'all know, if you've been watching the show long enough, CT back in the day, he get a little crazy.
A little crazy?
Who was it? Who he chased? And then he was like, "Are we friends now?"
Yeah, Adam. It was Adam. I mean, he's tried to fight multiple people on the show, but he tried to kill Adam. So.
If you have not seen that scene,
you need to go back a few challenges and
look
see
it up on
how
YouTube
CT used to really be.
Right.
Because it's like night and day.
Because I felt like he was really going to kill Adam that night, and I think Adam was his partner that season.
Not that season. It was. Like,
oh yeah, they ended up being partners later. Okay, yeah. So
that's why Adam was scared.
Facts. Yeah, because he's like, "Are we friends yet? Are we friends yet?" And I'm like, "You're scary."
So Josh punches the house up and then goes to bed.
Incredible Hulk style.
We wake up and Wes's alliance is trying to figure out how they can get Corey and Tori in. Mm-hmm. So we're about to go to deliberation and we'll see.
Deliberation.
So we're in deliberation. Devin's like, I'm gonna vote for Corey and Tori. And Tori's like, well, I'm voting for you. And then Corey's like, well, I'm voting for Devin too. Wes is like, y'all tried to play a little game. I thought we were friends, but you got called out. You lied. And so I'm voting for you, Corey. And now they're like, Josh jumps in, of course, and saying, like, don't let Devin influence the rest of you. Vote for who you want to vote for. But I'm voting for Devin. And Devin's like, shut up. I'm voting for you too. So they start going at it. Everybody's over it. These two, if they make it far, they're just... it's going to be a nightmare in that house dealing with their drama the whole time. So everybody is voting. They either vote for Devin and Nicole or Corey and Tori. Kyle votes for Fessy and Anissa because he's still pissed. Leroy and Casey come in and they see that the compromised agents are Devin and Nicole. But they don't trust each other
they
at
like playing
all.
like triple agents. So
right?
It's like,
so
I'm an agent in the game. I'm an agent against us. I'm an agent against like,
everybody
else.
So they're not really divulging any information to each other. They're just kind of quiet and feeling each other out. So I don't know how long this team is going to last if they keep not trusting each other.
So I'm thinking strategy-wise, I think Leroy might go in so he can get his skull and then like change his partner, because like I'm sure he would much rather be with somebody that can actually like, you know, he can trust and actually like gameplay a little bit more.
Maybe
like I know him and Cam don't want to be on teams just so that can help their case and help their game. But like I'm trying to think who else Leroy trusts in the house outside of Casey, right?
Yeah, but I feel like Casey's such a strong player that they need to stick together.
Yeah,
but
for now.
It would help if they trusted each other, but they don't.
Yeah.
So Wes is pleading his case to Leroy and Cam. I'm glad that Cam and Leroy are in the conversation together. Because Cam is like reading Wes and she's like, Wes, right? He would do the same thing to you. He's not worried about you. You should not be worried about him. I feel like it's Devin. So not that Devin's weak, but I feel like Leroy is a strong competitor and Leroy should not be worried about anybody else. He should just focus on going in and getting his skull.
True. And then that way, like, he doesn't have to worry about alliances for the most part. Because, like, nobody's going to send him back in, like, if he's got a skull for the most part.
Right.
Unless people, like, really hate him. So, like, he can kind of get a skull and coast to the final.
Because I feel like Kyle's going to be chilling. Nobody's going to really want to go against him.
Kyle's going to be, like, in and out, like, you know, doing what Kyle does, being a snake. But, like, a snake with a skull. So
exactly. And that's what Leroy needs to do.
And, like, that's, like, actually, I feel like the way the game is set up now actually will really benefit Leroy, because like Leroy always kind of like makes it like far and then like it's kind of like cut, but like if he can get his skull right now, then like that means like he can do what he always does, is coast and like get into the final, and then like all he has to do is just finish the final first, and like that puts him in championship status. So that'd be a good way for him to retire. Maybe that's why he's not coming back.
Hopefully
after this one, maybe he got his chip.
We'll see. So Leroy ends up voting in Wes. I thought he was going to go in and get his gold skull. Cam says, no, not yet. I don't know who else he would go against. Maybe one of the rookies. At first I couldn't tell, like, who else could he go against? But then they showed, like, a pan of everybody real quick. I saw, like, Michi or Mechi.
Yeah, Michi.
He could go against him and take him out, but...
Well, depending on what kind of actual, like, event they're doing in the... What do they call it now? The
crater.
The crater.
But I don't know, like, what does Mechi do? It's Michi or Mechi?
I think it's Michi.
Michi. I don't know what he does. He's not the wrestler, so I feel like he could take him out. But, like, how are you going to strategically plan for you to go against him or somebody else who's weaker? I felt like this was the time to do it.
Yeah, I feel like this is a missed opportunity for Leroy. I feel like he should have went in. I think that's another disadvantage. Even when you win, you don't know like what kind of event you're going into when you go into like the crater.
Except for that last one, everybody knew it was going to be physical. Fessy punked out.
So, and it's just like, it could be a physical type challenge. Like they might have to climb something or like complete something in a certain amount of time before the other person.
You just have to take that risk though, and I feel like he should have went in.
Because like you should be focusing on getting your gold skull. Because like now like you're putting Wes in a situation where like unless this was the gameplay for Leroy and like he was like, hey, like let me give Wes this layup so he can get his gold skull. So now Leroy can turn around and be like, hey, like I'm trying to get mine now. Like let me get in there.
I don't know.
So I don't know. We'll see how. Because like we'll see how the rest of this episode goes. But like how the rest of the season goes with this is like this might come back to bite Leroy in the butt.
So they're in the crater and the game is snapping point, and you have to weave. You're tethered to the other player. You have to weave through these poles and touch the buzzer. So we've seen like a version of this a few times on the challenge, and I feel like Leroy could have definitely done this and beaten Devin, but he
missed out an opportunity.
He missed out. So it's Devin against Wes. They're going at it. So like they're going at it. They're struggling. They're building like little holes to, anchor themselves. Devin is inching, and Wes is just kind of giving up. And Devin gets it with his little fingertips and pushes the buzzer. He wins. Normally, I feel like I would be like, oh, Wes, this is a cop-out. You just lost because you suck. But I feel like
Devin's got some motivations, and
I feel like
they have
Wes
ties outside of.
I really feel like Wes gave up.
So I feel like Wes kind of gave it to him, but more so because of the fact of like he knows like his situation. Because like earlier in the episode, Devin mentioned that like his mom, he wants to win because his mom's kind of going through some stuff, so he can help her. So I'm like, Wes is okay outside of like the game. Like Wes
I guess like there's plenty of players who said like Wes is not a bad guy outside of the game. This is just his challenge character.
Yeah, true.
But I feel like he was blindsided. I really feel like he was not expecting to go in. And so when he went in, he kind of just was like in a funk the whole time.
Yeah.
And like I said, normally I would be like, oh, it's a cop out. But I really feel like he did just kind of give up.
Get the ball
And so Devin wins, and he's calling out Leroy. He's calling out everybody. But this is a lot of talk, so we'll see if he can back it up.
We'll see how the follow-up is.
Right, now that he has his gold skull.
Because there's a fortune in the follow-up, and we'll see how Devin is going to follow up to this.
So Wes is getting ready to leave. He like lectures everybody about how to play the game, and we learned this messiness from you.
Right.
You and Johnny are the two messiest people ever to play the game
has ever seen,
and it's backfired. So like, bye, Wes.
The one person that like has won and never like really been snaky to people is CT. Like CT, Darrell, like those dudes don't like go after people in like gameplay. They just like
just do their own thing.
Compete.
Yeah. So.
But yeah,
Wes is a great competitor, but bye.
But like the last few years, like he's not like he hasn't gotten far. Like he's done well actually in the charity ones, but like in the other ones, like he's just been like like Cam said, boy, bye.
Right.
So now Cam is hilarious.
So now Devin has a choice to make.
This dude, he goes and grabs Tori, which is hilarious.
I thought he was going to grab Cam to like really shake things up, but he was like, nope, I'm grabbing Tori. And everybody was like, what?
But it worked out great for Corey,
though. For Corey.
Because like Corey ended up getting Natalie, and like that's actually a really competitive team. So like
I think that's a strong team.
Yeah, that should, work really well in their favor. So like I potentially can see them being in what do you call it? The winners for next week.
Yeah.
Whatever challenge.
Oh, the double agents.
The double agents for next week. So.
But we'll see how well Tori and Devin work out, because she can't stand him. I mean, he doesn't like her, but he doesn't care because he wants to shake things up, and he did. So.
I feel like, I didn't know the backstory between like him and Tori, so I didn't know that
on the
they had
previous
been on a show before,
reality show,
and he won the show, and she came in, I guess, like second place or whatever. So. Yeah, this could be, beneficial or, detrimental. But I mean, he's got a skull now. So like the goal now is for Tori to get a skull. So like he might either like hate her that much where she can't get a skull, or he might actually help her out because he knows how she plays when it comes to gameplay.
All right, so that wraps it up for the challenge Double Agents episode 3. We hope you enjoyed our review. If you did, please give this a like and subscribe to our channel if you're new, and hit that notification bell to be in the know when we release a new video, and let us know what you thought about this episode in the comments below.
And if you like these shirts, make sure you check out blackwolfmafia.com, or if you liked her shirt, which you really couldn't see it, but store.vingwood.org. Okay.
All right, everyone. Bye.